fellow sports lovers, and welcome to another episode of Timeout, the show anybody can watch about sports, stats, facts, and everything in between, from a fan point of view. I'm your host, Charlie, so let's go get this ball rolling. Timeout. Let's talk about some sports. For the three! Basketball edition. How did I miss that? Well, the King James and his Cavaliers stabbed the Bulls in the heart and dominated them by throwing them off the playoffs map with a 94-73 victory. And the Rockets shot out of a cannon in LA last night with being called the Comeback Kids with a 119-109 victory. Timeout. Let's talk about this. The Bulls came into this game ready to rock and roll. And at the beginning, they were doing that exact thing. With the return of the giant Gasol, who was stepping it up like a beast in the beginning. Not to mention Dudley and Butler serving up threes all night long. On top of D. Rose and Noah playing leaders on offense and defense. The Bulls were really stampeding through the Cavs at the beginning. Even though at halftime the Cavs were up, the Bulls were right behind them. And then after halftime, something happened to the Chicago Bulls. They got tired, they got weak, and the Cavaliers took full advantage of this situation. Without Kyrie Irving and the King playing unselfish basketball, passing the basket to new studs like Kirsten Thompson, who made an insane gymnastic skills shot right before halftime, and then giving to, I personally think, the all-star of the night, Michael Delanova, who was making threes all night long and soaring to the basket, rallying up the troops and helping Cleveland dominate the Bulls in a 94-73 victory. The Clippers came into this game feeling very confident, especially with this game being in LA and the stars out to play. And at the beginning, that's exactly what happened. With the pilot of the skies, Blake Griffin, taking flight and soaring basket after basket, doing insane 180 off the glass, no-look shots. Not to mention the new rookie, Mr. Austin Rivers, stunning like his daddy and making threes all day long, as well as the big guy, DeAndre Jordan, slamming down. It was all LA until the fourth quarter. With James Harden from the Rockets out during the fourth quarter, superstars on the bench like Josh Smooth Smith started dominating on the court by making three after three and getting the Clippers arena very quiet. With the backcourt stars shooting in fireworks all night long, the Clippers didn't know what to do as the comeback Rockets power team came back with a 119-109 victory. So, as you fellow sports lovers have probably realized by now, I'm a pretty big Chicago Bulls fan. So, this game kind of hurt a lot for me. But I gotta give credit where credit is due to the Cleveland Cavaliers. With the Bulls coming into this game, stampeding through the Cavs at the beginning, with having the giant Gasol return and making slam dunk after slam dunk, not to mention Dudley from the Bulls stepping up his game and making threes. It was all red during the beginning of this game. And even close to halftime, even though the Cavs were up, the Bulls were literally right behind them. And then something happened after halftime. The Bulls got tired, weak, and pretty much gave up with With the Cavaliers getting their swords sharpened, they charged through the Bulls and dominated them left and right. With an injured Kyrie Irving, the King was throwing unselfish basketball to his buddies, Christian Thompson, who made an insane jump to the basket right before halftime, and who I personally think deserves the All-Star for the night, Michael Delanova, who was making threes all night long, rushing past the Bulls and dominating this tired, weak Bulls with a 94-73 victory. Whoever goes against the King and his Cavaliers next better be ready, because the Cavaliers have their swords sharpened and they're ready to stab anybody and any team in their way. The Clippers came into this game feeling really confident and very cocky, but why wouldn't they? Of course, the game was in LA, and Blake Griffin and Chris Paul, not to mention Mr. Austin Rivers, stunning like his daddy, playing all-star games right now, and basically putting up video game points in not only the first, the second, but the third quarter. With a tired Rockets team, pretty much everybody assumed that the Clippers were going to sweep the Rockets last night. Even the owner of the Clippers came up, took the time to shake Blake Griffin and DeAndre as well as Chris Paul's hand to thank them for a great year. But the Rockets' backcourt needed to tell the Clippers that it's not over yet. And Mr. Josh Smooth Smith started it off with making threes all night long, helping the comeback kid Rockets power through the Clippers and dominate them with a 119-109 comeback. With the Rockets' new style of mentality and the backcourt so fired up, the Clippers better be ready for a Game 7, because the Rockets are about to shoot out some fireworks in Houston on Sunday. What you watching? At 7 o'clock tonight, you have the Washington Wizards trying to throw out any potion they can against the high-flying Hawks. Or will the Hawks soar in and get a victory and end this round of the playoffs in ATL? Tune in on ESPN tonight to find out. And finally, for you night owls, at 9:30, you have the Grizzlies trying to roar back against the Warriors. Or will the Warriors finish this chapter of the round of the playoffs tonight? Tune in on ESPN tonight to find out. Back in the day. Okay, fellow sports lovers, here's a little history lesson for you. Today, May 15th, in 2012, Cleveland Cavaliers' Kyrie Irving won the NBA's Rookie of the Year award. That's my show, fellow sports lovers. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to go ahead and like it, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, click the subscribe button. If you want to leave a message, you can below the video here. Or you can reach me on Facebook at Charles Cowan Timeout, or on Twitter at TimeoutNow87. Until next time, Timeout. Let's talk about some sports.